So the big question is, what does success mean to you? Success can be quantified as several different things to several different people. We go through life putting success throughout our day or what we did correctly and successfully throughout a week or maybe even a year. You know, when we begin a new year, we put goals down to track, to measure of the things that we're going to do further along in the year. But sometimes, little things happen here and there where we might lose track of that certain goal or track of that certain thing. So today, I want to ask you, is there something that has, I guess, sparked your interest to realize that you're not meeting that certain threshold or goal to get to that next step? Referencing the Bible, Jonah actually is a great example of getting to an end goal but not realizing that that was his end goal. You know, God wanted Jonah to do something, whether it's to go to a different region and preach the word and inform the people that, his judgment is coming. But Jonah thought about doing something else and just going down his own wheel. And that led to just him hopping on a ship and then getting eaten up by a whale, and leading to him getting spit out by a whale, and then getting to that actual place that God wanted him initially to go to. So in our life, sometimes we may not realize where we're going to be headed. We may not realize the next path of what we're going to do or what we're going to even achieve. But I think the total solution is just to follow him and realize that he can direct your steps, even when you feel like it is not the best steps for you to take, or even if once you feel lost in a certain predicament. And so at the end of that story, Jonah ends up going to the people and then letting the people know, and ends up kind of giving them a second chance. And at the end of it, Jonah goes and sits by a tree, which I'm by currently right now. And he sits by a tree and asks God, why would you have me go through all of this just to give them a second chance of not being, giving them a second chance to just be alive and not be destroyed. And so sometimes we ask ourselves that, you know, what is currently bringing me down throughout my day that I don't realize is going to really benefit me in the long run. And sometimes we just think so short-sighted that we don't realize the long-sighted vision God has for you will be the best thing for you to actually pursue later on in life. One of the things that a mentor of mine has been challenging me about is just asking questions. A lot of times when people ask you certain questions, that really shows what you believe and what you think. Like, what does to you, what does pain mean? What does motivation mean? What does, just several words in the dictionary you can look up, but if you ask somebody what does that mean, it shows their inwardly heart as far as what they believe and what they really possess. So one thing I would ask you today is to really ask the questions and get to know yourself better. Again, success is not determined on how fast something gets accomplished, and success is never the determining factor of not getting to the end goal and having it happen. Actually, there's plenty of people who went through college that didn't get a degree, but definitely is successful in their own right and in their own way. So don't let today be the determining factor of getting you down. Realize that this only plays a part for you tomorrow. So, pick yourself up, uh, do the same thing that you do tomorrow, and just realize in your head that this is only going to lead me to a better next year, a better next week, a better next month. Today can only bring you down so far, but tomorrow is the best thing that you haven't yet experienced. Whether it's good, again, or whether it's bad, it's always nice to be open and be available for God to direct your steps in any which way. So just to leave you off with something, this is a big day for me actually. Uh, this is long overdue, but this is something going into 2025 that I wouldn't think twice about. I always dreamed about achieving this certain thing or going to this certain destination. And this has been set up in a way where I get the best of both worlds. But if I would have used my own will and used my own kind of, or just been impatient, or just use my own kind of I guess insecurities to go down that route, to a different route than what I'm currently going down, I could have ended up totally different. But when you ask God something, He definitely puts plans into motion. So don't be afraid to ask the Great One, the things on your heart. He wants to hear you. So be available, be free, and last but not least, just be who God called you to be. And that's just by being yourself. Simply put simple like that. Just be yourself. So I just want to say thank you. I appreciate your time, and today has been a great day, and hopefully yours has been a great one too. I'm gonna say in Jesus' name you pray, but who knows? I might start implementing that. So, but I'll catch you. Bye.